G'day, mate. Welcome back to Captain Ministry with me, Jetty. In our previous episode, we managed to get some basic things up and running. We got some basic water catchment so we could plant some basic crops so we could feed our basic people. We also got some basic labs up and running so we could make our basic people a little bit smarter in the long run. We also got some basic smelting up and running so we could smelt some iron so we could make some basic production. We also got a couple mines set up, one for coal and also one for limestone, so we keep making concrete blocks, so we keep making construction parts, so we can keep expanding. Today's episode, we need to solve some problems. One of them is we're out of basic people. We have basically no workers. At the same time, also need to, fix up diesel production because we're basically using all the diesel, we're not producing any, and also hopefully get a little bit better smelting setup. Alright, the first thing we need to do to fix our population issue is we need to get our beacons. Beacon is basically like a giant lighthouse that is going to attract new people to our colony. At the same time, I want to set up the research for this episode. We're going to get ramps. We're also going to get storage. We're going to grab some synthetic rubber. We're also going to get the ship dock repair. We're going to try and get copper refinement. I don't like our chances. We're definitely not going to get to construction number 2 because we have too many things that we need to do. Starting off with our worker issue. First off, we're going to pause the cement making. I don't actually need extra cement because we have a whole pile of cement here that I actually need to swap over to keep empty because we have the shipyard is overloaded with too much cargo. We need to actually get the cargo out of here so we can set off the ship in the future to go and do some things. At the same time, we have an error here. We have nowhere to store all the food. So I'm actually going to pause this farm, which is going to free up another 10 workers. Great, we've got some workers. Next thing we need to sort out is we are currently converting iron plus wood and concrete slabs into construction parts. I have a limited amount of concrete slabs left. We are trying to make concrete slabs, but I need either slag crushed or gravel for that. To get slag crushed, to get slag, I need to actually process iron ore, which we're not processing. I could start processing it. Great idea to start processing it, but we'd have to actually start mining iron. The other thing we can do is we can make sure we're getting some more rock to make gravel. So what I've actually done is the trucks. This truck is set to prioritize rock. This truck, excavator, is also set to prioritize rock. Hopefully means we can get this guy up and running. Now, at the end of the day, this is going to make 6. These guys at normal speed is going to use 6. So at the end of the day, we're going to have to boost some things. Same time, I'm going to need some extra production items. We're going to need 3 extras. I'm going to pause you for the moment because we don't actually need you just yet. But last episode, we did get maintenance up and running. Maintenance is going to require mechanical parts plus electronics. We have some maintenance parts left. We also have some electronics in here, but I need to make sure that we keep making mechanical parts. Also, I keep making electronics. Because we have some left in here that I really want to get rid of this building, I'm going to actually have you start making vehicle parts because we're going to need you unpaused, and I'm going to need at least 2 excavators and a couple of trucks. We have the beacon, not bacon, researched, and I'm going to quick deliver that. I'm going to pay the unity cost because I need that up that population. I've already gone from however many workers we had, 21-ish, down to, I've got 7 available. So in 3 months, we should get 16 refugees. That's how the beacon works. It does have a cost of 1 unit plus an electricity cost of 20 kilowatts and 1 worker to keep it running. We're going to end up pausing and resuming this as time goes on, but I need that up and running right now. The other thing I need to hopefully speed things up is, at the moment, we are harvesting wood with our single wood cutter, which is all out of wood to cut. Can I assign you to harvest all that wood, please? And he has 2 little trucks following around. Now, if we can transport our wood to here, it means it then goes out of those dedicated trucks order, schedule, delivery orders, whatever, and goes into a general truck. So rather than having to be one of these 2 dedicated trucks following Mr. Tree Harvester around, it can be any truck that is idle. And currently we have 4 trucks available, able to do absolutely anything. We just got in. Let's close that. We got in some refugees. They brought some copper, some rubber, some iron scrap, and some diesel. And as we can see, this got dumped in here, which doesn't help our overloaded situation. So next thing we need to do is we're going to need some more iron. I don't really need the extra iron. What I do need is I need to actually start dedicating processed iron ore into slag. So what I want to do is I'm going to have to set up another mining station. I'm going to drop you there. I'm going to set you up with an excavator and a truck. Now down to just 3 in the cycle, or in the general queue. And I want you to basically clear cut everything from there to here. Same story, we're going to edit the area. I'm going to assign that station to control everything there. We're also going to find you, and for the moment, we're going to have you prioritize making rock. Rock is going to be the most important thing to make sure this guy runs, to make sure this guy runs, to make sure we have concrete slabs, to make sure that nothing breaks. Same time, we're going to give you some storage for concrete slabs. We'll put that there. We'll set up concrete slabs. Same time, we're going to do 2 more storages. One is going to be here, and the other one is going to be here. Now, you are currently doing mechanical parts. Mechanical parts, we have a few left, not many. We are going to set you to actually store mechanical parts, because in the future, I want to set a short belt from this unit storage into this mechanical depot to make sure that the mechanical parts can flow in automatically and I don't need a truck to do it. Same with this one. I'm going to set this one to electronics. It probably means the truck's going to rip the electronics out of here and dump them in there, which is okay, because eventually this guy will start doing electronics. In the meantime, we'll set you up to also do mechanical parts, and I'll even throw a warehouse on there and set you to do vehicle parts. So we're going to set this one up who's going to do vehicle parts. Next thing we need to do is, well, I need to turn on iron ore, because obviously you found some iron ore. Yeah, I really want you to dig up the rocks, but okay. Iron ore it is. Alright, next thing we need to do is we need to set up a new smelter. I need to set up a new smelter. We basically want this recipe, this combination right here. And with the Control-C for copy, we can literally pick up what we've already built and dump it. Actually, no. We're going to dump it there, but I'm unhappy with everything. So we're going to remove everything and we're going to start again. Alright, what I want is, with planning mode on, everything's going to go down paused. So I want to go into smelting. We're going to need a metal caster. I want to face these to the south or down. Again, we're going to use one of these for spacing, and we're going to set up basically what we had before. The only difference is I actually want to cut this one, and we're going to press the F button to flip it. Because it's flipped, the 2 outputs are both right beside one another, which then means if we come into storage, I'm going to put it in the storage container right here. We're going to set you up to do iron, and we'll actually set truck import to be off. I don't want trucks to waste their time bringing stuff here. We could do the same with the one doing electronics to make sure that they don't get removed from here and dumped here as well. But for the moment, we'll just leave it as is. Missing input, you don't have iron. Yeah, we're finally burning through iron fast enough that we need to get this guy set up. Okay, so we're going to get a multi-channel from here into here, from here into here. We're also going to need, oh, we got new refugees again. So we have, they dropped off some copper, some rubber, some iron scrap, and some diesel. It also means that if we click over at this, we have 124 of 140, which means in the not too distant future, I need to either pause these. We remember our first one came in after 3 months. This second one came in after 4 months. The next lot will come in after 5 months. I need to either pause this to make sure we don't go over our population cap, or I need to very, very much consider getting some more housing in. All right, but back to this for right now. We need to make a smokestack. I'm going to... Oh, look, for right now, I think I'm just going to attach the smokestack directly. It means this is not tileable, but with the giant unit storage on the front, it wasn't tileable anyway. And we're going to unpause that. I sort of need it built, and I sort of need it doing the iron ore recipe, because if we can get iron ore, we can get slag. If we can get slag, we can get slag crushed. If we can get slag crushed, we can keep this guy running forever. If we can keep this guy running forever, we should solve our concrete problem. But I do already need a second one of those, which we're going to quick deliver, because, well, I'm out of concrete slabs. I am, whatever I have in storage is it, so we're going to remove the boost from you. We're going to remove the boost from you. which means I need to start finding alternate sources of... Undo one of you guys. Yes. I need to find alternate sources of concrete slabs if we want to make construction parts at the rate we've been making them. So we did set up a storage here to put wood in, and yeah, we'll pull the truck off because that queue is 99 seconds between an order being given and finding a truck to fulfill it is a little bit long for my taste. What do we just have? New refugees. Okay, we definitely need to pause you now because I have nowhere to put anybody else. If we get a baby born, we could be in trouble. So we want to look at the trading dock. Now, the trading dock means that we can trade with a local village. There happens to be a village over here, and if we send it 20 wood, it's going to give us 20 concrete slabs. It's going to cost us half a unity, but the best part is it happens instantly. Okay, I don't have to wait for transport times for boats or anything to get there. So what we're going to actually do is going to go into trading, and this will just show me all, well, contracts we're going to get to in a later stage, much later stage, but quick trade offers are with the local one. I'm just going to click this lots. Now you might notice that the price went up. They're now offering way more wood for the same amount of concrete, but that's fine because that gave me enough concrete slabs that hopefully I can get all my production done and keep things rolling. What are you up to? You probably need a bonus truck as well. And the trucks are just rolling off the construction line now. I probably should have put them in a different order, but that's okay. All right, you're down to 20 electronics. So what I want to do is I want to swap you over and start making electronics locally, which will fill, well, you're half full already. Fill this up. As for the mechanical parts, they're going to keep coming over here to make little trucks, little lorries to keep us running. Hopefully bring down that queue length. Unfortunately, I need a second one here already. And now we have this up and running. I probably need to actually assign you to prioritize iron ore. Because if I can make sure we got iron ore running this recipe, then that should give us slag. If we get some slag, we should be able to put it here. We should be able to crank out the crushed slag to make sure that both these guys run, giving us six concrete slabs apiece, which should keep these running. It's all about trying to keep those ratios nice and happy. We do have exactly 50 construction parts to our name, which is not enough. Honestly, not enough. And we're now trying to feed 2 blast furnaces from, well, 1 excavator who just ran off and 2 trucks. Do we risk it? Because I've got a spare. We're going to risk it. We're going to throw in an extra excavator and an extra truck. We're going to make sure you're also prioritized to get the iron ore. And we're going to hope that queue does not get too bad. Okay. With all that done, one of the things I did definitely want to do this episode was stretch out that ramp to there and to there and to there. Oh, you have limestone. Damn. One thing I did want to do is fix this. Okay, I need to get the limestone out of this one truck, and it's got nowhere to dump it. So we're going to set limestone to be dumped here, which means this truck's been idle the whole time doing absolutely nothing, which is a grand shame. And you could have been digging up rock and hope. Oh my God, your fuel tank's at 0. Because he's been sitting around idle waiting for the truck. He's been chewing fuel whilst idle, which is bad. Speaking of fuel, okay, that's the one thing I want to get to. One thing I really, really want to get to this episode. So, if you like the idea of diesel and fuel and keeping your trucks running, can you do me a favor? Can you like the video? It is the 2nd episode in the series, which means that it's still important. Every like really, really counts. Really, really helps out the channel. Really, really helps the discoverability of the series. And we're gonna do bad diesel. Cheap diesel at this point. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to do all this in planning mode. So we have a fluid storage. I'm going to put down a fluid storage. I'm going to set that for diesel. We're going to work our way backward. Next thing I want is I want a basic distillery. I want to have a little gap in here between these 2 buildings. We're going to go with about there. And its one recipe is crude oil in plus coal gives us diesel plus wastewater and exhaust. Okay, fine so far. Next thing I want is, I actually want another store. I want an oil pump. We have giant black lines in the way. The giant black lines indicate where oil happens to be on the island. So we have some oil here. We also have, in my case, some oil over here. Now, I'm not sure if you get 2 oil nodes per island anymore now, or if this is unique to this island just because it happens to be a little bit larger than the other islands. I know in early access it was 1 oil node is all you ever got, but I'm guess you guys can tell me in the comments. Check your island, see how much oil you happen to have. We're going to also put down a second fluid storage tank right there. We're going to set you to be crude oil. We are going to hook up with our pipes. Oh no, we need to deal with your waste products. So you have exhaust, which we're going to deal with by putting in a smokestack right here, and then we're going to hook up some pipes. So pipes wise, it is going to be out of this one into oil storage, and then into there. We're going to hook all these 3 together. The reason I got 3 of them is they make 18 crude oil. This guy uses 50-fold crude oil. It's a horrible recipe. There's a giant waste. There is a more efficient recipe that we'll get in the future, but for right now we're going to deal with what we have. We're also going to plug, actually not that side, plug it off the closed side into here. If I hold down control, it'll rearrange how the pipe runs, and we're going to set up diesel right here. So this should let us mine our own, or dig up our own oil. At the same time, we should be able to get our own gasoline. One thing I do want to do is I want to set this truck import off. I do not want the trucks bringing what diesel we actually have over here and dumping it in there. That's the last thing I need. Okay, so with that up and running, how many trucks do we still have? We still got 1 on order. And we're just out of vehicle parts. We are out of vehicle parts. Everything else seems to be running fine. In fact, we got all this built pretty much instantly. We still have construction parts. You got 101 construction parts. We're fine. Okay, so we're going to have just one of these guys running for the moment. It's not enough to keep this running at full speed, but I don't actually need the extra oil at the moment. I just need enough to keep this running until we run out of what's in the ship dock. Actually, speaking of ship dock, what we can do is we can set this to keep full. It's going to take 80 diesel. Make sure it's here to be loaded onto the ship eventually. Warning, low diesel. Okay, well, if you're going to be like that, we will unpause you guys. All right, we'll get all these built. And with that done, we should get the crude oil, after I add a pipe in there, get the exhaust done. We should also have one more problem we've got to deal with, which is the wastewater. Now, the wastewater we want to bring out of here. I want to bring it up 2 tiles, and I need to bring it up 2 tiles so the trucks can get underneath it. Okay, it's very, very important. But excavators cannot get underneath it no matter what. I could bring this up 3 tiles. The excavator still can't get underneath it. So what I want to do is I want to bring the pipes over to here at about 2 tiles high, and bring it down to ground level. And then I want to do the responsible thing, which is dump it in the sea. Because that's the responsible way to deal with yicky liquids. The catch is, this little truck here, there cannot deliver dirt, no valid, oh, no places available to dump things. Okay, we need a new dumping zone, which is going to be here. No, try again, flat. Okay, we want to dump out to here. I want to build a new coastline for potentially a harbour in the future. At the moment, I just want to dump things. We're going to dump all the way out to there. We are going to come back to this in a later stage, but for the moment, I just need, thank you, to go away. All right, so this little truckie can wander over here, under here, not an issue. There is one thing that actually, perfect example now. This guy's going all the way around to go get diesel. So what I can do is I can build a ramp. Now, if I build a ramp, excavators can go over the ramp, which solves the problem. Again, it's got to be built. It should take just about a second, providing we have the concrete. We do have the concrete slabs. We don't have any construction parts. I'm basically burning them as fast as I'm getting them. You're running. Okay, so that'll get that up and running. Now, we might notice that, well, first off, I'm going to need a second truck here because now we're trying to feed 2 smelters with coal. Plus, in theory, we've already done the research. We might as well build it. We want a rubber maker. Rubber maker is going to go right about here. And we're going to plug that into there. We're going to set you to be paused. And we're going to turn pause mode back on, actually. I want to copy that and I want to bring that pipe up to there. So something very, very important I do want to mention when it comes to pause mode, even better if I get the pipes to line up straight, is when you do one of these joins, one of these junctions, one of these whatever it is, are these not set to be built? Oh boy, that's a mistake. All right, when you do one of these junctions in pause mode, they break the pipe. They break the pipe. What you need to do is you need to unpause them instantly. They cost nothing in the way of construction parts to be built, but as long as that pipe's blocked, the fluid can't flow, which is a bit of a problem. But that should be built in half a second. You should have diesel flowing. We've got a whole bunch of crude oil ready to go, and we should be fine. And we've built all the trucks. Excellent. We're making progress. Making progress. Things are going great. So we have, as I said, we have this mining here, which is digging up a whole bunch of coal. We can probably prioritize coal at this point. Yes. So I can actually set you back to coal. But we have these two trucks here that are trying to dump coal. At the moment, they're actually both full of coal and we've got nowhere to put it. What we can do is we can put down a loose storage right about here, which we will unpause. And we can actually set coal to come in here. Now that means that these guys, when they have nothing to do, can dump the coal in here. And it also means that, as with wooden and a few other things we've done, it means that anybody who wants coal, they can come pick it up here. So any truck that wants coal can pick it up directly from this building, and it becomes part of the general queue, not the specialized queue, you know, i.e. these two trucks assigned to this one mine control tower. It's part of anybody can do it. What are you doing? Why are you going all the way around? Wrong button. You should be able to go through there. Fine. Oh, now you're going back. You now realize there's a ramp? No idea. No idea what you're doing. All right. So, quick recap. Quick recap so far. We have you doing smelting, either iron scrap or the good one. We also have you're doing iron ore, which is making sure we have slag. Slag is coming over here and is getting processed into slag crushed. Slag crushed is coming in here and it's making sure that we have concrete slabs. Concrete slabs can be stored in here. They're also going straight to construction parts to make sure we have plenty of construction parts so we can get stuff built. We also have wood being stored up here. We can trade wood with the local villagers and make sure we get some goodies. We're also making mechanical parts, plus we're making electronics. That makes sure that our maintenance stays full. So 68 max is the highest. We've had our maintenance. You do make 105, so we're about halfway there. We're also making vehicle parts, so it means we should be able to pump out more vehicles should we need them. We have 20 available workers, and more importantly, I need a whole nother settlement right here because our population is maxed. Our food is at 49 months, which seems to be fine. How much do you have in storage? You've still got 61 storage. I think our food is still fine at this stage. We have, I'm going to pause that, but then I'm going to unpause your construction. We have a rubber maker up and running. Not that we need it yet, because we still have a certain amount of rubber in here. We also have a certain amount of cement stored in here. They're both set. We have just finished our research, so we have copper refinement up and running. Let's pause you and pause you then, because we don't need you running. We're not going to have the uni cost. We'll save the uni so we can spend it on something else. One thing we will need, not for this episode, but for a future episode, is we need 3 cement and 1.5. Oh, actually, no. We want a loose storage. Before I forget, I want to put this right here. And we want to unpause that. And I want to set you to be slag. Okay. One thing we are going to need is we're going to need slag. We're going to need slag right here. We're going to need a buffer in case we run out. Okay. In theory, with these guys going flat out, making iron, it should be okay. But having a buffer never, ever, ever hurts. And with you making slag, yeah, we're going to be making cement rather. Cement's making concrete slabs. One thing we do need to note is these are both using 3, and you only make 3. So I actually need to duplicate you. Do we want to run? Yeah, let's do 2 pipes. We're going to demolish that. We're going to set you up pause. I don't actually need you built. We do need to have transports, pipes. We need to come out 3 tiles to go up 1 tile. And we'll go this way. So just right there for the moment. Let's put in our smokestack so we know what target we need to hit. Cool. We're going to make sure we come out at full height before we go down. So it means this guy should be able to plug in here. I cannot plug in any closer because both those tiles are at a ramp, so we can't connect into those. But we should be able to plug that into there, that into there, that into there, and that should be that good to go. Our extra housing is in and done, so we have increased population cap. I do want to repair the shipyard. It is 100 construction parts, so it's not cheap. But if we can get that up and running, we can then repair the ship. If we can repair the ship, it means in a future episode, you're not built either. Okay, so there's a few things not built. If we get the ship repaired, it does mean that in the future, we can go out, we can explore, we can do some things. We can become a pirate. Or not a pirate. We maybe find some pirates. You have iron ore, don't you? Yeah, so we're full on iron ore. You guys are running flat out. You're actually full. We don't have... And we do have some spare concrete slabs. You know what? Double time. Let's go for boost. We are going to... Whilst I'm adding things to the construction list, let's copy you and we'll put you... let's put one right here for now, and we'll set you to iron ore as well. We'll up the priority on that to make sure it gets built over other things. Yeah, because I think I prefer that, so we can at least dump the iron ore locally, and then, it, like I said before, it can go to the general truck queue. And unfortunately, with things being scheduled to be built, this is not going to get built. So let's just give it a sec. Let's get caught up on our construction parts. Okay, so shipyard is finished upgrading. It's upgrading right now. We also... Ooh. Shiny shipyard. Okay, also means that we can now repair our battleship. We're going to click that button. It's going to cost 124 iron. We have 396 in storage. So I don't think that's going to be too much of an issue. I can't keep up with those boosts because we're definitely not making concrete fast enough anymore. I can now unpause you so we can actually get more concrete production happening. We're also going to, just whilst we're here, storage, loose storage. Right here, I want you to do limestone. I also need to break it out the go back to mining situation. That's digging flat, yeah. And that's digging flat. Okay, because we're definitely back to digging up limestone, please. Thank you. All right, so in one episode, we made sure we maxed out our population. We've made sure we have room for extra people to come in. We've got automation. Not automation, we've got pseudo-automation. We definitely have concrete, well, cement sorted. Hopefully we got gravel sorted. It looks pretty close at least. We've got gravel sorted. We've got concrete blocks sorted. We should have limestone sorted. Hopefully, as soon as this is built, we are maxed out on coal. So that's that problem solved. We definitely have petroleum. So used to petroleum in these games. We have diesel sorted. We have room to start making rubber. I guess the only thing I really wish I'd done differently was probably take that pipe. Yeah, probably take that pipe around so I could snap one of these straight in. It does mean that from memory, no, you only have the one output. Okay. See, I really wish I took the pipe around the back just so I could just snap a storage in until we have belts at least. We've got limestone up and running. We've got iron up and running. We have a whole bunch of iron in storage. We've already repaired our battleship, so we can actually send that out in the next episode, which will be one of the plans in the next episode. Also, I think the only other thing that I really wish I'd done was probably have... probably handle our dumping area. We're going to have to come back to our dumping area in an upcoming episode. And probably also look at upping our construction parts. Because as fast as we're making them, we're spending them. which is a problem. I really wish to have some surplus. Or maybe it's just I'm playing too fast. Anyway, I'm going to leave this episode here. Thank you for joining me for episode 2. As I said before, it would very much appreciate it if you could like the video. Being a brand new Let's Play, it very, very much helps out the channel. We are going to be doing some tutorials awfully soon. This was a bonus video. Normally it's, every second day for one game. So I squeezed this in. There will be another Captain Ministry again tomorrow. Last thing I do want to mention very, very quickly is this channel is mostly supported by you guys. I don't run ads on the channel. We started ad-free 2022 this year. I really, really want to move the channel to completely ad-free. Avoid sponsorships, avoid all the things I possibly can, but to do that I need your help. So if you would be so kind, look at joining the channel. Look at what it costs, look at Patreon, look at some of the perks you get, early access to videos, the emotes that we've collected over the years, special private access in our Discord, all sorts of things. But with all that said, I do need to leave this video here. So thank you guys so much for watching. Do hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the very next video. Alright, bye.